I believe it was on Tuesday, I was riding down Highway 40 and I saw something that really erected some surprising emotions. It's really what I didn't see that really made my mind go back and think of some long-lasting memories. My father moved us here from New Jersey in 1992, and if you have been here since 1992 by military, or if this is your home, you remember in 1992 you had two choices to eat. You had fast food at McDonald's, or you had across the street Shoney's. Shoney's now is gone. And when I rode by and saw the sign there, but the building gone, it erected some memories. When we got off 95 to what I thought then was a God-forsaken place, we sat down at Shoney's, and Shoney's became a staple for my family, and we ate there once a week. I mean, if you was in high school at Camden County High and you took a girl to Shoney's for a date, you was doing something. I remember it was the last week in school, and the sign there said, "Seniors eat free." So me and my buddies, we went in and ate the good breakfast on the way to school, and on the walking out, they said, you guys didn't pay, and we were so ignorant to think that when it said seniors eat free, we thought that meant us, because we were seniors, and we was graduating next week. Shoney's erected a lot of memories for me, and so I pulled over and I asked the guy, I said, well, what's being done? What's going on? He said, well, I can't tell you what we're doing, but I will tell you this much, that we had to tear this down in order to rebuild. I said, okay, say it again. He said, we had to tear this down in order to rebuild. I then spoke to him and said, I don't understand that, because right down the road, Cumberland Pizza, which is now a beautiful building, a nice place to go and enjoy yourself. If you're from Camden, you know that this building has been almost 13 different businesses. And I said, why couldn't you guys do with Shoney's like you've done with Cumberland Pizza? He said, young man, we also did the remodeling for Cumberland Pizza, and what I can tell you is, unlike Shoney's, whenever this building would be left and someone new comes in, the new person will bring the building back up to code, and they will continue to remodel. And because it was remodeled and remodeled, now that the person has spent the money that is needed, the building itself stood as a structure that could be remodeled. He said, but Shoney's had been built too long, and when Shoney's left, it was nothing else that was there, and because of no remodeling, one could be remodeled and one could be restructured. One could be remodeled and one had to be torn down. One could be remodeled and one had to be demolished for a rebuilding. It was then that God spoke to me. He said, Chris, as you and the church go through your fast, he said, let the people know that there are some things in your life that you've been remodeling, but remodeling won't do. It's going to take you to totally destroy the relationship, totally destroy the friendship, totally destroy the disconnection between you and it in order for something to be rebuilt. Now that doesn't sound good, because in order to rebuild, you must understand that you must start all over. Someone shout all over. Because the fact is that we have neglected and we have neglected the remodeling of our lives and the remodeling of relationships. And Richard said it like this, and I quote, it is the neglect of timely repair that makes rebuilding necessary. I come to tell you that as we go into the month of December, going into January, there have been some things in your life that you've been trying to patch. You've been trying to patch the relationship. You've been trying to patch the situation on your job. You've been trying to patch the relationship with you and your children. But God said there are some things in your life that you will not be able to remodel. You will not be able to patch. You're going to have to tear it from the floor up and start all over again. If you're taking notes, I want you to take down this simple point. God said, tell the people remodeling will no longer do. Let me say it again. Remodeling will no longer do. You must rebuild. Someone shout rebuild. Remodeling is to change or alter the structure, style, or form of something. To renew, it means to recreate, it means to repair, re-renovate. It means that you can take something and you can put a little money into it and you can change it by just moving this or adding this. But rebuilding means to make extensive change or repairs, to reconstruct. It is a state of mind, watch this, to restore it back to its previous state. And so when I was writing this morning and Pastor Shoney again, God said, look over. He said, I have now restored back to its original place. I said, what do you mean, God? He said, you don't see the building anymore, but what you see now is an empty space. I said, okay, God. He said, but since it's an empty space, now anything can be built on it because it's an empty space. So don't look at the empty space and be despair. Don't look at the empty space and be depressed. Don't look at the empty space and put tears in your eyes, but celebrate that the mess has been gone and the empty place now means new possibilities. I want to talk to somebody in this arena that said it looks like I'm in an empty place. I'm alone. I'm by myself. I have an empty bank account. I have an empty bed. I have empty friendships. It looks like I'm clear. It looks like no one's connected to me. And Pastor, it looks like I'm starting all over again. But I come to tell you, thank be unto God, bless his name, that you are in a good place. Because where you think you're empty, God said there's possibility. It doesn't matter what goes on the land now. Olive Garden could come. Red Lobster can come. Boston's could come. Y'all don't have to go down there and do your karaoke no more. Should what can happen now is anything could happen. I don't want to tell the club further, but can you just pinch your neighbor, touch him real softly, and say, neighbor, possibilities, baby, possibilities. Yeah, you call me empty, but it's possibilities. You said I'm over, but I see possibilities. You say I'm broke down, but I see possibilities.